All right. There's me. There's you. Oh, all right.
Sufficient?
Yep. That'll do.
Is on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Here he swings and hammers it. Watch this one go. It's a game winner.
Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by People's Bank, Wellspan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, York Dental Sleep Therapy, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood Family Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Swing and a deep drive to right field. Watch this one go. He fires. Game over. Base hit. It's a fair ball. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He slides. He's in. Revs win it.
Now, with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the York Revolution, Darryl Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from People's Bank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to game number 105 of York Revolution Baseball. Tonight, game 2 of this 4-game series. Revs look to even it up as they host the New Britain Bees here tonight. Superstars night here at the ballpark. Boy Scout night as well, as we get set for game 2 of the series. Hi again, everybody. Darryl Henry alongside Matt Present. Welcome to Revs Baseball here on a warm but cloudy evening here at the ballpark. And the Revs hoping to dodge some rain showers and storms that had been in the forecast. And the good news is they continue to get pushed back as we check the forecast, and we are all good to get this game started on time tonight. Frank Gailey beginning his warm-up routine in right field. And Matt, last night, a near comeback. The Revs made a bid late in that game. Weren't doing much against Mike Lee, but came back from down 4 to make it a 4-3 game, ultimately losing by that final. And you're going to have games like that, but they did get some help from Lancaster, or from Somerset, I should say, beating Lancaster and still only 1 game behind.
Yeah, and credit Mike Lee. He was really strong on the mound last night. Just 2 base runners through his first 5 innings, 3 through his first 6, before ultimately being chased on the Isaias Tejeda 2-run home run in the 7th. But he really kept the ball down, threw a lot of pitches out of the strike zone, and the Revs, I think, they were going so well offensively the last couple weeks, and I think you kind of get in a mindset that you're a little bit on top of the world, indefensible, if you will, and get a little too aggressive at the plate, so they're going to try to reel that back a little bit. Mace has talked to his team, and it really, oftentimes, Darryl, in a one-run ball game, you can point to a few different plays, and while Mateo gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned.
Napo goes for New Britain. He's 1-1 with an ERA of 4.23, and it's a rematch of a game last Sunday at New Britain where Napo beat Gailey 3-1. Frank only gave up 2, but Napo gave up just 1 run in 6 2/3. The Revs did not figure him out in that game and will try to do so here tonight. Coming up on our pregame show, it is part 2 of our interview with Alonzo Harris that debuted the other night at Somerset. Covered a lot of topics with him, and we'll have part 2 of that conversation coming up. Mace will join us to discuss things here in just a bit as well. First pitch tonight set for 6:30 here at People's Bank Park on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great BestJet products from your neighborhood SureSave markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. BestJet hot dogs go great with BestJet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple BestJet Rising Crust pizzas with 12 packs of BestJet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with BestJet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local and national sports. The Big Sports Talker also has you covered with news throughout the day. Catch statewide updates on news and sports from Radio PA. Stock reports with Your Money Now, mornings and afternoons. And national news updates every hour from Westwood One. Stay up to date while getting your sports fix all day. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Getting pumped for another year of high school football? All this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2017 York Adams League. Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football preview. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Only here on Sports Radio 1350.
The revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Getting set for Game 2 of the series against the Bees tonight. Superstars night here at the stadium. And on our pregame, part 2 of our conversation with Alonzo Harris, who spoke with us on Monday at Somerset. We had part 1 of that interview Wednesday night at Somerset, and we finished it off tonight, picking it up with his social media presence. And certainly if you're a Revs fan on Twitter, you've probably come across him, very interactive with the fans. He tweets a ton, and we asked him where that started.
Well, I started I think it was maybe 2011 or 10 with Twitter, because I used to be verified, but my account was hacked by some young high school student that was trying to be somebody else. But you know how that goes. But so I end up just deleting that whole account, getting it erased. And I don't know why I can't get re-verified, but it doesn't matter. But at the same time, it started back about 2010 with the Twitter and stuff. And with the fans, it's just I'm a down-to-earth person. I'm not gonna change for anybody, no matter if I'm professional or whatever. If I'm making billions of dollars, I'm gonna still be the same me. I'm not gonna change. If somebody say hello, I'm gonna say hello back. I'm social, So I love it when somebody, most fans, you interact with them, they got positive things to say anyway. So once you feel the support from fans, that make you even play better, because you have somebody watching you. Even with the children, you never know who's watching. It could be that one kid never seen baseball or anything and see me hustle down the line. He might be like, oh, I want to be like that player. And next thing you know, he might be in the Hall of Fame one day on down the line, just because he just saw me hustle one time to make him want to be a player like that. So that's,
Talking with Alonzo Harris, did you have a favorite team or favorite players that you watched growing up?
To be honest, I didn't really watch baseball like that a lot. Of course, everybody have their, they know of baseball. I love Cal Ripken Jr. and Ken Griffey, of course, Jeff Bagwell, just to name my top 3 or whatnot. But favorite team, I guess I go with the Mariners when Griffey was with them. Yeah. But now I guess it was the Mets would be my favorite team, just because I was with them so long, and just to know all the guys that's in the big leagues now. I played with them on my team growing up. And but other than that, I don't really watch sports that much. It makes me want to be out there too much, So I'd rather just play it here and not watch it off the field,
Yeah, well, and I also read that if it wasn't for baseball, maybe you would have pursued football. I know you played that in high school. How did they make use of your speed and your athletic ability on the football field? What did you play?
When I was in high school, I was a quarterback. We really didn't. I was pretty good at quarterback, but my passion is defense. Cornerback and kickoff return, stuff like that. But at the time we needed a quarterback, so I stepped in and did what I had to do. And but I was recruited as a defensive back, and maybe a wing back receiver. And I had committed to Auburn, and but when baseball, the scouts started really watching me for baseball, I was like, all right, if I do sign like college, I'm gonna just go like junior college to play, maybe football and baseball. Maybe I could get redrafted or something like that. But I just said, hey, let me just take this opportunity now, with the baseball, and I went on ahead and signed with the Mets then. But football, I love football. I just took the baseball route. Yeah.
A couple last things for you. I've noticed you have a unique pregame routine and kind of lengthy when you're out there in front of the dugout before the game. What are you going through in your mind when you get yourself ready?
Well, usually, I don't usually tell people this, but I'll give it to you. Like, I had quite a few concussions, so my memory is not as good, like it used to be. And the doctor told me I have to daydream, so basically when you see me, or whoever see me, I'm kind of locked out, like I'm like out of it, like literally playing the game before I play the game, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. So I'm up there, I might be sitting up there swinging and doing this. I'm literally playing the whole game before I play the game, like watching the pitcher, his pitches, getting my timing down, and just thinking positive thoughts. All right, base hit up the middle, or base hit the right field, bunt, anything possible that can go on in the game, I'm playing it right then and there. And then when it happens in the game, it's like, dang, deja vu, it already happened. But it didn't, but it happened in my mind, So that's what I usually do. That's why I had to get up there early and get ready. That gets me ready, because it just keep muscle memory going. Like, all right, there's that pitch. Boom, I'm watching that pitch out of his hand in the bullpen, and I'm reacting to it in my mind. Even if I don't take the swing, in my mind, I'm taking a swing. And some fans, they be hollering my name. I can hear them, but at the same time, I'm so locked in where, it's just locked out, And I guess some of them they don't like when I do that, but they don't understand that I'm focusing on what I have to do on the field. Yeah.
Was that a football related thing that had happened?
No, it was all baseball related.
Really?
Yeah. From getting hit by pitches and sliding into people's knees and stuff like that. During my time with the Mets and stuff like that. Or running into walls too. Because I give it when I'm on the field, I give my body up. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that out. So.
Well, and we saw you do that this year, and unfortunately survived it. But the last thing I was going to ask you, what's the latest with getting these Converse baseball spikes going?
I don't know, man. I mean, it would be nice, somebody would do something. I'm pretty sure they'd do something down the line and give nobody credit for it. But I like the Converse, and nobody just had the nerve to just do it. So I was like, hey, they comfortable, so make me some spikes. I sent them on customcleats.com, and they made them into spikes, and actually they're really, really comfortable, So I got the leather ones. I didn't get the ones that's really loose. The leather ones had more ankle support than some of the cleats, regular baseball cleats. So like I said, I'm surprised. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out.
Yeah. Well, Zoe, thanks very much for the time. Keep having fun. It's been great having you here, and continued success.
All right, thank you.
All right, that is part 2 of our chat with Alonzo Harris. He'll be in right field for the Revs leading off here tonight. We'll hear from Mace on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report up next.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
No matter what year you were born, you're the perfect age for you today. How we think about aging influences how we age. Stop comparing yourself to a younger version of you. A person's worth isn't measured by what they used to look like or what they can still do. Get in the game of your life and embrace who you are at every age. Learn what your county community foundation's Embracing Aging is doing to help improve attitudes on aging at www.embracingaging.org.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, last night, Mike Lee certainly one of his best starts, and I know at the same time you probably weren't overly thrilled with the hitters not being as patient as they have been in some recent games where they've been more successful, right?
I mean, we definitely were not as patient last night. I think part of that just, it was good to be home after a week away. I think guys were excited. We had batting practice yesterday, so, guys get jacked up here when they're hitting the ball out onto Arch Street, and then we had a great crowd, and I just think we really tried to do too much last night to really fire everybody up, and it ended up backfiring for a long time, at least half of that game. But we were just over aggressive last night, and I give him credit. I mean, we were chasing, and he wasn't throwing the ball in the zone, and we were still chasing. So he did what anybody would have done when you have hitters that are really aggressive. You don't have to throw it in the zone, and he nibbled good enough for us to get a lot of swings and misses and a lot of weak outs.
What do you think of Mateo? I know a couple mistakes behind him led to a couple of extra runs, but did he throw the ball well again?
Yeah, I mean, he threw the ball okay. I mean, defensively we didn't help him, but I mean, he didn't help himself either. He had about 2 or 3 hits there in a row where I think the count was 1-2 or 0-2, and we were ahead in the count, and he just didn't make a good pitcher's pitch in that situation, and and they were able to get the base hits through the infield and drive in some runs. So I mean, the 3-run inning was probably, in hindsight, that's probably maybe 3 runs that they shouldn't have gotten, but they got them. So I mean, they all count. But I think that inning was 2 out and nobody on, and then we had a fly ball to right field, base hit, throw in error, and then a couple hits after that. So there's your 3 runs, and unfortunately, in the 4-3 game, that's those 3 runs were pretty big. So, yeah, we'll try to clean that up a little bit today. We had a little meeting about that, and we'll see what happens.
Well, the bullpen did a great job again keeping it close, and Westfall was obviously eye-opening, striking out the side. And that's his last 13 innings now, 25 strikeouts and 1 walk. What's he shown you here lately?
Well, he has a great fastball, and he's had that all year. I think when Luke has had some issues this year, it's been getting beat with his off-speed pitches where he hasn't used his fastball maybe enough, or in certain situations where he could really use it. And it's even not so much to throw it by guys, but you can get weak contact when you're throwing in the mid-90s and a little bit more than that sometimes. So sometimes I think guys abandon their best pitch just because they might have thrown it 2 times in a row and they think it's time to change to go to something else. But really electric stuff last night, and real impressive.
Was it the toe that Trienfeld fouled off, and is he doing okay today?
It was the upper shin again, the exact same spot that he got last time. And, I mean, he didn't want to come out of the game, but nobody ever does. But it was a good thing we got him out of there, because he was pretty swollen last night, pretty sore. So we're going to give him today off, and then we'll recheck it tomorrow.
Notice the lineup, you've got all the righties in, or at least all the lefties out of there, not every righty in there, but you saw Napo last week at their place, and do you like the way you're going up there tonight, the way you have that stacked up?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think just based on what we've done all year with our left-on-left situations, I think it probably makes sense to try to go right-on-left if we can tonight. That doesn't mean the left-handers cannot hit left-handed pitching, but just based on the numbers, these guys that we have in here tonight are our best 9 hitters against left-handed pitching. So we'll run with that and see how it goes.
What did he do? Was he pretty crafty, keeping the ball down, mixing it up?
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job of working in and out and up and down. He changed the speeds really well. He got ahead of our hitters a lot. He threw first pitch strike, and a quality strike, not something like right down the middle that you could unload on and hit 500 feet. He was, he kept the ball down, and he kept it on the outer third, inner third when it was 0-0, and it wasn't always a fastball 0-0. Sometimes it was a little get me over breaking ball or a changeup, and so he did a good job of keeping us, just off balance up there. But hopefully we can, have some better approaches tonight than we had last night, and we'll see what happens.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
national anthem tonight here at People's Bank Park. And a night that's been circled on the schedule for a while with the Superstars, one of the great touring acts, not only in minor league baseball, but I've seen them in Major League Baseball as well, at the Fanatics' birthday in Philadelphia, for instance. And they will certainly add to the atmosphere between innings here tonight. Frank Gailey getting set to go. And our starting lineups brought to you by Flying Feet. For New Britain, it's James Skelton catching and leading off. Mike Krause in center will bat second. Jovan Rosa, the first baseman, hitting third. Cleanup man is Jamar Walton in right field. John Griffin will again play third base and hit fifth. Craig Maddox is the DH, batting sixth. Connor Bierfeld in left field bats seventh. Jake McGuigan at second base hitting eighth, and Michael Baca at shortstop will finish it off. Again, it's Skelton, Krause, Rosa, Walton, Griffin, Maddox, Bierfeld, McGuigan, and Baca for the Bees facing Frank Gailey. For the Revs tonight, behind Frank, they'll have Alonzo Harris in right field leading off. Alexi Casilla plays second and bats second. Isaias Tejeda will DH and hit third. Talvin Nash in the cleanup spot at first. Tyrone Verona in left field hits fifth. Luis Cruz will catch and bat sixth. Chase Simpson at third tonight, hitting seventh. Ryan Dent at short will bat eighth. And hitting ninth in center is Travis Witherspoon. Again, Harris, Casilla, Tejeda, Nash, Verona, Cruz, Simpson, Dent, and Witherspoon for the Revs. And Frank Gailey ready to begin his night. 9-8 coming in, tied for fourth in the league in losses, but tied for first in wins and trying to become the league's first 10-game winner. 20 starts, he's had 17 decisions, 4.40 ERA. Tough luck loss at New Britain against Napo and the Bees on Sunday. He's trying to become the Revs' first lefty to win 10 since Rami 2 years ago. And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch is fouled off the net, and a pigeon on the top cord was completely unfazed by that. It landed just a couple of feet below him or her. Not sure I'd want to sit below him or her. The 0-1. And a swing and a fly ball lofted the other way to deep left. Verona back, looking to play it off the wall, and it clears. It's an opposite field leadoff home run. James Skelton goes the other way and clears the arch nemesis. Right over the newspaper, Verona was waiting, hoping to have a play. And the wind is pushing it toward left tonight. It's his 11th home run of the year, and only the second to lead off a game by an opposing player against the Revs all season. A good start for the Bees. Skelton, who was hitting just 163 off lefties. Here's Mike Krause, who shows a bunt. Gailey misses outside, ball one. The other leadoff home run against York, Jose Lozada of Southern Maryland back in June here at People's Bank Park. Pitch to Krause in the dirt, skips over toward Rosa, who's on deck. And it was the home run ball that hurt Gailey in that last start. He was up 1-0 in the bottom of the sixth, and New Britain went back-to-back. Pitch is just down and away, 3-0. On Sunday, it was Jovan Rosa and Jamar Walton who went back-to-back against him. 3-0, and he missed high and away. So Krause is on with a walk following the homer. And Gailey will look to get himself on track. 82 degrees tonight, by the way, here on a cloudy night. Did see the ball carry better to left field than anywhere else in BP today. Revs have gone with the alternate white jerseys tonight with the shoulder stripes. New Britain stays in their alternate gold Hardware City tops. Here's Jovan Rosa And a move to first. Kraus back standing. He's 5th in the league in steals with 29. Rosa up to 7th in hitting at 304. He's been hot. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. Multiple hits in 6 of those 8. Pitch is over for a strike, a changeup. Rosa, who had a 2-run hit in their 3-run 3rd inning last night. And Rosa now complaining about something, maybe the lack of stadium lights or the LED lights. And the plate coming over, Chris Richards asking for a new set of baseballs, but I'm not certain what the rest of that message was about.
Well, Mace is pointing towards his eyes, so certainly had to do with visibility. I don't know if it was the white in the LEDs or the lack of lights on this overcast night.
There's a lob over to first base. Can somebody turn, like, what are we supposed to do in here? Here's the 0-1, and a swing and a foul tip off Cruz's feet. Thank you. Trying to get us to tell him which lights to dim. I guess I'll turn all this stuff off and leave the room. No balls, 2 strikes on Rosa, who's 7th in the league in hitting now. 13 home runs, I should say. And a lob over to first as Kraus crawls back. Rosa, who's jumped in front for the league lead in hits with 120. 1 ahead of Tejeda coming in tonight. And Gailey, another move over, and Kraus back standing. They had a special ad up here in the top of the 1st inning tonight that was white. Rosa's the first to complain about it. And as Gailey tosses one over. So I guess that must have been the holdout more so than the stadium lights, but now those are coming on also, so we got it all. Pitch is fouled against the net. 0-2 it remains. Rosa, who's leading the league in hits, as we said. He's also tied for first in doubles with 29, 3rd in total extra base hits. Pitch is grounded toward 3rd, and it crawls just fair past the dive of Simpson. Hugging the line, Kraus at 3rd, and Daisuke frantically waving him, and Verona's throw all the way from the corner is cut off by Gailey in front of home plate. And Mace might think that Kraus missed a bag. He's coming out waiting for the plate on Chris Richard. And at the moment, it's going to be an RBI double for Kraus, unless Mace thought that was wide of the bag. At first look from our angle, I thought it stayed just fair. He might think that Kraus missed it. And New Britain with a 2-0 lead at the moment. And I think that would have to be Richard's call. He was the one down there, so I don't know how he can ask for help, and he won't be able to. Now New Britain with a 2-0 lead. Kraus scoring all the way from first base. Rosa with his league-leading 30th double. Gailey cut the throw off in front of the plate, and Rosa unable to move up any further with the throw going all the way home. Here's Jamar Walton, who swings and misses. A splitter from Frank. Walton, who comes in tonight 10th in the league in hitting at 292. Gailey fires, and a swing and a miss. Breaking ball, he reaches for it, chased outside. Walton, who's hit just .231 against lefties, but he's in there tonight. Maddox is in there tonight. Skelton's always in there. Pitch is fouled against the netting. 0-2 it stays. We did mention Chris Richards at the plate, Joe Del Balso at first, Ron Whitting at third base tonight. Gailey ready. And the 0-2, breaking ball, bounce back to him. Actually, the splitter. He'll turn and look Rosa back and throws to first. He's got his first out of the night. Got Walton to top it on one bounce right back to him. And a good job of checking the runner and then making the play. One down. Here's John Griffin. Griffin hitting at .260 with 7 home runs, 37 driven in. 2 of those 7 have been against York. Gailey with the pitch, and it misses down low. This is the only second half visit for New Britain here to York. Now, most of the damage done early in the year, but the Revs just 1-7 at home against the Bees. They've gone 6-4 on the road. 5-2 there in the second half. And a changeup down and away. Griffin offered, couldn't hold up. Plate ump said he crossed too far. It's a ball and a strike. Gailey entering tonight, he's tied with Logan Williamson and Wayne Franklin for third in Revs history with 20 wins. Trying to get to 10 this season. He deals, and a line drive toward the big wall and left, and it'll short hop it. And Verona plays the carom leaping. He'll hold Griffin to a single, but Rosa comes around from third to score. A 3-run top of the first inning. And it's a 3-run inning for New Britain to take the lead for the second straight night. RBI single for Griffin, short hopping the big wall. Verona with an excellent play to leap and hold him to a single, but good read from Rosa, who scores from second going all the way. And Fletch will spend an early visit tonight. Trying to get Frank settled down here in the early going. Gailey's pitched pretty well against New Britain, but a win on opening night on the road. Tough luck loss last week on the road. Faced them once at home in mid-June and did give up 4 runs in 4 1/3. And that's been the thing for the Bees here at Peoples Bank Park. They have gone off offensively, at least in the first half. Last night just a 4-3 game.
But I don't remember Gailey really having many big innings against him early in ball games, but for him it's been bouncing back after home run balls, and case in point today.
And here's Maddox, who rolls the first one to short. Had to wait for Casilla to get there, and they do turn 2, and that'll end the inning. Maddox hit it sharply, but that's what you want when you're trying to turn 2. Right at Dent, who had to wait and pump fake to let Alexi get there, but they still had time to turn it. The Bees do score 3 times in the top of the first on 3 hits and nobody left. At the end of a half inning, it's New Britain 3, York coming up.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Hey Revs fans, get points or great rewards just by supporting your team through the new Revolution Rewards program. Use the new York Revolution app to receive and earn points for ballpark food, store discounts, stadium tours, and more. Available through the Apple and Google Play stores, the York Revolution app also features team news and exclusive content, contests and promotions for Revolution prizes, online ticket purchases, live game streaming, and more. Download the York Revolution app today. Free stuff by supporting your team? That's Revs time.
This is Brad Allen. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs come to bat in an early hole against New Britain tonight, 3-0. Last night fell behind 3-0 in the third inning. And Alonzo Harris will be up first. His 34-game home on base streak snapped last night. First time all season that he did not reach base safely in a home game in which he played. It comes in third in the league in hitting. Here's Napo's first pitch. It's right over for a strike. As the lefty from the stretch tosses his first one in at 84 miles an hour. Harris hitting .322. The 0-1 and a breaking ball lifted in the air center field. It's high, but Krause will waltz to his left and wait under it straight away and makes the grab, and pretty much right in the exact midpoint of center field. Medium depth, straight away. Didn't have to go far. One down. And here's Alexi Casilla. Another good crowd tonight. Last night, the biggest of the year, more than 6,000. Here tonight, the Superstars here, the Boy Scouts here. Pitch to Casilla is high and away. Alexi hitting at .374 against lefties, .526. That is incredible. 1-0, and he chops it down the third base side, but foul. 20 for 38 against left-hand pitching. Napo on Sunday, he beat the Revs 3-1, 6 2/3, 1 run on 3 hits. He deals and missed away. Casilla doubled twice off of him early in the game, scored in the first on a Verona single. They didn't score the rest of the day. And after the third inning, he didn't allow another hit. Pitch is outside, 3 balls and a strike. After the first inning hit, he retired 5 in a row, then Casilla's double, then he retired 8 in a row until an error. Here's a swing and a nubber down toward first. Strange spin, but Rose has got it, and he'll flip to Napo, speeding toward the bag. 2 down, and that pitch was in, and Casilla looked like he cue balled it.
Yeah, it looked like he was really out in front on the off speed, so far slow that it hit the very end of the bat.
At 2 down, and here's Tejeda. 3-0 New Britain here in the first inning. Tejeda, who popped his 14th home run last night, 2-run line shot in the 7th inning that cut the deficit to 4-2, but unable to come all the way back. And he's right behind Harris, who's 3rd in the league in hitting. Tejeda is 4th at .315. 3rd in ribbies with 62. First pitch, he swings, grounds a foul, third base side right. Behind Polo, the birthday boy today, 42. He's 42. And he only looks a day older than 41. There's the 0-1, and a foul back off the net. A thought he hit some great fungos today on his birthday. He was on point. And he'll hope to celebrate by sending some runners home tonight. 0-2. And he got in on him, and a number down to first. Rosa charges. Oh, he flips to Napo behind him, and he tried to make a bare hand grab at the bag and could not. And the Bees blow a chance at a 1-2-3 first inning. They had plenty of time to get him. Revs catch a break. Napo, who does not throw hard, he's really fooled a couple hitters early on, though, and Tejeda got that one in off the thumbs. Reaches base, though, on the miscue. I guess the error will be on Rosa on the flip.
I think they're still debating the call.
Oh. Here's Nash. First pitch is a little low. Napo at 85 on that one. Overall, Napo 1-1, a 4.23 ERA in 5 starts and 2 relief outings. Pitch to Nash is low. He tried to check and did hold off. The error will be on Rosa on the flip. First base, somewhat of a new position for him. Last year, third base was a little bit new for him. Had been in the outfield before that. And a ball low and in.
Well, that was a tough play regardless because Rosa charging in on it had to flip behind him, so he was forward of the first base bag and had to flip to his pitcher on the run, moving past him the other way.
3-0 and taking. It's over the plate for a strike.
You saw it on the ground ball from Tejeda as well as Casilla, and early in this at-bat to Nash. And Napo really getting in on right-handed hitters.
3-1. Swing and a drive, deep left field, and it is gone! Telvin Nash gives the Revs an answer right back. And it's a 3-2 game here in the first inning. They take advantage of the extra out. And Nash blasts his 5th here in just game number 14 since coming back. He clears the newspaper and left. And the Revs down 3-2. A big answer, though, right away.
We talked about Napo getting in. That time he left it out over the plate, and Nash got extended.
His 33rd home run, all time with York, no doubt. Here's Verona, and he takes perhaps low. Napo looking in, wondering. One more, and Nash will tie Esquivel for 10th in Revs history with 34. Here's the 1-0, and a swing and a foul back over the roof. 3-2 game. Looks like we might be getting ice cream tonight, Matt. Ed Mann stopped up and said that Elaine said that if the Revs homer in the first 5 innings, that we shall. Pitch is a check swing, tap foul to the right of home plate.
And Telvin with no stake in the matter still. Just what a guy.
Boy, he's got our best interests at heart. Just the kind of guy he is. 1-2 on Verona. Napo delivers, and a jam shot again. This one on the ground on one hop to short. And Baca with it, throws on to first to end the inning. But the Revs take advantage of the error. Unearned runs on Nash's 2-run blast. 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left. We go to the second. It's New Britain 3, York 2.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover location.
No matter what year you were born, you're the perfect age for you today. How we think about aging influences how we age. Stop comparing yourself to a younger version of you. A person's worth isn't measured by what they used to look like or what they can still do. Get in the game of your life and embrace who you are at every age. Learn what York County Community Foundation's Embracing Aging is doing to help improve attitudes on aging at www.embracingaging.org.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
At the York County Solid Waste Authority, we urge residents to properly dispose of household medications. That's why we put secure medication drop boxes in 16 police departments. Drop old meds off for free. Learn more at www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
The Revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
3-2 game as we start the second inning. Connor Bierfeld takes a strike. Our first Superstars performance of the night. It was Harry Canary. I didn't catch the other one. There's a ball in the dirt, 1-1. But there is some silly string on the warning track near the Revs on deck area. Pitch and a swing and a miss. A splitter that nosedives. Gailey trying to get on track early.
That might be the best splitter he's thrown all year. Just dove straight down into the dirt, started out belt high.
Pitch and back with a fastball, just missed. He started to inch into his walk around the mound, thinking he had him struck out potentially. 2-2. He kicks, fires, and missed outside with the changeup. A 3-2 game. Here's the payoff pitch and a swing and a foul tip. Just got a piece on a split on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Boy, Somerset on a roll. They're up 2-0 in the second inning in Lancaster. They had scored 4 in each of the first 2 innings last night. Pitch is outside. And Gailey, who thought perhaps he had him earlier in the at-bat, loses Bierfeld to the leadoff walk. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by PA One Call System. Know what's below. Dial 811 at least 3 business days before you dig. Learn more about how you can keep your neighborhood safe at www.pa811.org. Here's McGuigan, and he swings and hits the first one in the air right center. It's Harrison Wright tonight coming over. He'll call off Witherspoon and make the catch. They're 1 away, and here at 7 o'clock, we'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
One on with 1 out, a 3-2 New Britain lead. Here in the second inning, here's Michael Baca. Short lead at first. Pitch is pulled left side and through. And up to second goes Bierfeld. A single for Baca, who came in hitting 196. And on the off speed, it was up and over the plate a bit and just pulled it through that opening. Bees with their 4th hit. Here's Skelton at the top of the order, led off the game with a home run over the arch nemesis the other way, his 11th. First pitch, it's a called strike. A splitter up and toward the inside, but Gailey got the call. Leadoff home run, just the second allowed by the Revs this season. They have two, both by Zoe. Pitch is lined softly into right, a base hit, and Bierfeld will be held at third. A throw behind Baca from Harris to second base, but he's back in standing. Bases loaded with one out, and Skelton just dunks it into shallow right field. He's 2 for 2.
And he did that last night, too, in front of Jared Mitchell on a ball that I don't think Mitchell got the best read on, and that started that rally in the third.
Loaded for Mike Krause, who walked and scored in the first tonight. First pitch. Oh, a check swing. He shoots a foul off the backstop. It's another one where when it first left the bat, I was worried about those folks in the front row, but it did get backstop and was toward the screen anyway. On the stretch, the 0-1, and a check swing again, and he dribbles a foul down to the first base coach, Fujiwara. No balls, 2 strikes. Big spot here early in this game. The Revs just got back within a run on Nash's homer. Gailey would love to put up a 0, but the Bees have packed the bags. The 0-2. Swing and a drive to deep left field. Verona turns to play it, and it hits the newspaper and stays in. 2 runs are going to score, though. Oh, and Daisuke almost held Skelton at third, who then runs into the back of the umpire, trying to get over and cover, and Skelton down for a moment. And what a disaster that was over at third base. 2 runs score on Krause's double, though, and the tip of the newspaper, Section C, might have robbed a home run for the second time ever. Tejeda earlier this year. This one might have robbed a grand slam. We could see the newspaper ripple. It is a 2-run double. It's 5-2. And then just a disaster at third base. Skelton was trying to be held late by Yoshida, and it looked like Daisuke had made contact with him, which is illegal. And then Skelton, scrambling to get back, ran right into the back of the third base ump, Ron Whitting, trying to get back over and be in position to make a call. And Skelton still trying to walk it off. I don't know if he rolled an ankle or stepped on a foot, but Stan Kleiber now coming out to argue perhaps he thought that the ball went over the yellow line and then came back, but it is part of the ground rules that if it hits that newspaper and stays in, it is in play. And look at this. Now they're going to get all 3 umpires together.
Well, I'm surprised Mace isn't out, because if you make contact as a base runner with your third base coach coming around on a ball in play, you should be out. That should be interference. I mean, I guess there wasn't a play being made there, but as a coach, you certainly cannot assist the runner in any way.
Yeah, and if they saw it, they might say that it was inadvertent, but it almost looked like Daisuke had a hand slightly out. Now, that might have been somewhat to protect himself of a potential collision there with his own runner, but a lot going on over there. It'll stay as called, and here's Rosa, who launches the first one high to shallow left center, and Witherspoon sprinting in. He's got it, and on the run, he'll throw home and keep Skelton at third base. And his first step on that ball was back, and he then had to come busting in shallow left center. He sprints to the catch, and on the run, chucks it home. And we'll keep the runners where they are. Now 2 outs in the inning. Second and third for Jamar Walton, who bounced back to Gailey for an out in the first inning. (5-2) New Britain. And Frank trying to stop the bleeding. Pitch to Walton, a breaking ball, swing and a miss. And he had him reaching on that pitch in the first inning. He goes after the first one here. Down in front, downtown sitting in front of us. There's a fastball low and outside, 1-1. So far, a much different beginning for both starters compared to Sunday. A really rough first 2 innings for Frank. He deals, and a ground ball pulled over to first, and Nash is there. He'll scoop it up, trot to the bag, and that'll end the inning. But New Britain puts 2 more runs back on and erases Nash's homer as far as the scoring margin goes, up by 3 once again. 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second, 5-2, New Britain.
You line your feet up on the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body and cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time at a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Dolphin, Speedo, Nike, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer's shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet. We're more than sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
Planting a tree, putting in a mailbox, whatever your project, Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania reminds you to be safe and call 811 before you dig and know what's below. Safe digging is no accident. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you start your digging project, and your utility companies will come out to mark any underground lines near your work area. Calling 811 is free for Pennsylvania homeowners, and it's the law. For more information, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com.
This is Houghton Buchanan. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Rebs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Rebs trail 5-2 as they come to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. York's runs on Talvin Nash's 2-run homer in the first. Rebs with Cruz, Simpson, and Dent coming up here. Cruz starting behind the plate tonight. Tejeda DHing. And Luis at .268 with the average. 5 home runs, 22 driven in. And Napo, who again always goes from the stretch. Former reliever fires, and it's a called strike inside corner. Napo, who is from Madison, Connecticut. He went to UConn. The 0-1 and a breaking ball in the dirt. Marlins drafted him 18th round in 2011. He spent 7 years in their system, making it to AAA. Pitch is swung on and missed, a fastball, 1-2. He's also spent time with Team Columbia in the World Baseball Classic in the WBC 4 years ago with their team at the qualifiers this past year. Some of his heritage as Cruz pops this one up foul and out of play. Again, Napo himself from Connecticut, but some Colombian heritage allowing him to pitch for the country in the WBC. Set with it, and delivers, and a swing and a miss. Fastball, that one up to 87. One down here in the bottom of the second inning. Now, we had a winner on our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest thanks to Talvin Nash. I think the true winners, though, are us because we get the ice cream. But that's a different contest. That's a whole different deal. Here's Simpson. First pitch is belted toward the big wall in left, and it'll smack it on the fly. And he'll stop with a single, but that ball roped. And it hit right above the Powerball sign on the arch nemesis in left. Simpson with a laser and a one-out single. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities right-handed, the switch hitter, but he hit that one squarely. Jamie Lynn, our contestant tonight, and she wins thanks to Talvin. So Jamie, you can stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office at your convenience. Here's Ryan Dent, and Napo missing away on him. And arch nemesis getting a workout here in the first two innings tonight. Pitch, and it's a called strike, outside corner.
And like you said, Simpson, not a ton of opportunities recently, but he has picked it up at the plate. 5 of his last 14 now, and that one smoked off the wall.
He leads at first, the 1-1, a swing and a foul back. Dan will grab some dirt and rub the batting gloves with that. The second group in BP today was putting on some show. Pitch is a breaking ball missed outside, 2-2. And Dent happened to hit one over the top left corner of the batter's eye, or just left of it. The stretch from Napo, the pitch, and a breaking ball, swing and a miss. I had him fooled on that hook. He was out early on that one, 2 down. Our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report tonight. Carlos Trienfeld could play as early as tomorrow. He was sore on that foul off the same spot on his shin. I thought it was toe when it happened last night, but man, to do that twice.
He might just come back with a full catcher's gear on. Shin guards.
It's Witherspoon who takes low. He did take BP and ground balls though today, so just sore, but fortunately no worse than that. 1-0. And a curveball, he plops it in there for a strike. Witherspoon at 272, 5 homers, 32 batted in. One, and it misses inside, a fastball. 5-2, New Britain here in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch, and it just missed, up and away. 3 balls and a strike to Witherspoon. It's getting to be that time of year where guys are asking who you're taking in the first round of the fantasy draft, trying to get some intel. And he wanted to know which Eagle I was going to take. Here's a big swing and a foul tip squeezed. And Napo kept that one down and in. Witherspoon on 3-1, a big rip at it, but came up empty. And Simpson will have the head start with a full count and 2 outs. Pitch, and in the dirt by his feet, ball 4. Now the first walk of the night from Napo. And that'll get Alonzo Harris to the plate. Flying out to center his first time up. Man, you guys don't waste any time.
Rally food.
Thank you. Ed and Elaine Mann not messing around. The ice cream has been delivered already. Rally food, as Ed calls it. Well, if they score here, we might need rally food every inning. Just kidding. Here's Zoe. First pitch breaking ball. It's a called strike on the outer edge. Backdoor hook, and Harris might have thought it bent around the corner, but Napo got it. On the 0-1, and a bouncer foul, third base side. Rebs haven't really seen a lot of soft tossing lefties here lately, so this is kind of a different challenge. The stretch, 0-2, and in the dirt, blocked by Skelton. Slide step that time from the lefty.
But I think you're starting to see these last couple hitters in Witherspoon and now Harris his second time up. That hard slider down and in, they're able to lay off. They've seen it once or twice. They've seen the guys in front of them, and if they can take that pitch away, they can really force some mistakes out and over the plate.
Pitch, and a swing and a foul back over the roof. Now Harris will keep it alive. Napo, who's listed at 5'10", 28 years old, will turn 29 later this month. Now the pitch, swing, another foul. Off to the first base side and in the sweet level. He was in the Marlins system to begin this season. He was at AA Jacksonville earlier this year. Simpson at second. He had singled. Witherspoon at first. The 2-out walk. Pitch. And a swing and a line drive deep down the line in left field. And it just sailed foul toward that top left corner of the arch nemesis. And that tiny little foul pole. But Harris pulled it just to the left of the big board. I'm not sure it would have been high enough, but it would have done some damage, and it just missed the big wall, sailing out toward Arch Street. Oh, that was close. Napo, another 1-2, and a breaking ball. He swung and missed in the dirt, not a foul tip. Skelton blocks it in front of the plate. He'll throw down to first. Harris was walking back to the dugout, though. Inning over, no runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. We go to the third. New Britain with a 5-2 lead.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Getting pumped for another year of high school football? All this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2017 York Adams League.
Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football preview. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Only here on Sports Radio 1350.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
This is Jay Gauls. You're listening to York
Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sport Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Trail 5-2 as we head to the third. It's always fun to hear the Seating Bowl folks collectively howling with laughter as the Superstars perform. Right now it's Tim Tebow who's out there in the Florida Gator number 15 jersey for that particular character, and he lowered his horns on a couple of guys dressed in New Britain gear. I think one of them actually is a player. Maybe not. But somebody's got Daisuke's jersey on. And he's part of their act. And Tim Tebow just took him out over there on the third base side. Tonight we also have Donovan McCrabb here, Harry Canary, Kevin Durant-Eater, Monkey Mantle, and Squidney Crosby, the others who will be here tonight. Here's John Griffin leading things off here in the third inning. Gailey trying to get himself on track. 3 in the first, 2 in the second. 6 hits so far from New Britain as Griffin looks at a ball outside. And he had an RBI single to left his first time up. Gailey the stretch, the 1-0, and a ground ball to third, and Simpson will pick it over to his left. Steadies his feet, fires to first, 1 down. As Simpson reaching left makes that play cleanly.
A really nice play, reaching like you said, arm extended, but then to gather himself and set his feet, equally as important as he gunned it across.
Gailey, until the tough luck loss at New Britain on Sunday, had won 4 of his last 5. He's won 4 of his last 6 coming in tonight. Here's Craig Maddox. He swings and misses. A splitter that tumbled through. Maddox, the K-man tonight, hit into a double play his first time. And a pitch, and a breaking ball, swing and a miss. Last start, Gailey took a 1-hit shutout into the 6th. The 0-2, and it missed outside, a breaking ball. Second straight start he had done that. Retired 11 straight at one point, 15 out of 16. He had bases loaded, no outs in the first, and got out of it. It was a swing and a foul tip. Maddox just nicked it to hang in there. Tonight, though, unable to get out of the early jams he's been in. Another 1-2, and a fastball struck him out looking. 88 on the outside corner, and you get used to seeing Gailey go sidearm or 3/4 much of the time. That time an overhand fastball, and especially against a lefty. He drops down a lot, but Maddox didn't pick it up, and he was locked up. First strikeout of the night, and it was our K-man. So 2 down, here's Bierfeld, who walked and scored last inning and lays off the ball away. 5-2 New Britain here in the third. Gailey had held opponents to 3 or fewer in 7 straight starts coming in. Pitch is a splitter, and that plops right in for a strike. Sounds like Tim Tebow is still wowing the crowd. Gailey's ERA 2.49 his last 7 starts coming into this one. Pitch, and it's outside, a fastball. In those 7 starts, we mentioned 3 runs or fewer. He allowed 3 just once. Allowed 2 runs or fewer in 6 of those 7. On the 2-1, and a changeup down and outside. Bierfeld 5th in the league in in home runs, 17. 246 average. Pitch to him, it's down and away. And he walks for the 2nd time tonight. 3rd walk from Frank. And that'll keep the inning alive. Jake McGuigan, who flied out to right his first time up. A cloudy night here at the ballpark, but very comfortable at the moment. Had the threat of storms earlier. Pitch is swung on and missed. How's it looking now, or did that radar not cooperate?
No, it looks pretty good. Earlier on in the night, it looked like pretty much rain throughout, but right now it doesn't look like much until around 9.
Pitch is fouled off, right side and out of play.
I'll tell you what else is looking good, the out-of-town scoreboard. Somerset 6, Lancaster 1, top 3.
Well, would you look at that? There's the stretch from Gailey. 0-2, and it's outside. Changeup missed. Long Island also up big early, 6-0 at Southern Maryland in the 2nd inning. As they enter play, having won 7 straight. Pitch, and a pop-up foul, back and out of play. Trying to win their 8th in a row tonight. Now in first place in the Liberty. Sugarland and Bridgeport scoreless in the 1st inning. Gailey, the 1-2. Breaking ball, got him. Swing and a miss. There are 2 strikeouts in the inning for Frank, his first scoreless frame of the night. A 2-out walk is left on. And we go to the bottom half of the 3rd, still 5-2, New Britain.
Take it from me, guys. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn. The kind of lawn you see on Home and Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got a way with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky face. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
From Manny Brothers, almost famous, always a favorite. From Manny Brothers, almost famous sandwiches served on Italian bread. Your choice of meat piled high with cheese, fresh cut fries, coleslaw, and tomato. Every day is happy hour with half price on draft, bottles, and liquors. Tuesday and Thursdays, it's Primanti Pizza Feast wings and salad for under $20. We'll keep the wings flying with 59-cent wings all day Sunday and boneless wings all day Monday. Primanti Brothers, 2151 South Queen Street. Almost famous, always a favorite.
It appears both sides have made their arguments and deliberations have concluded. Now, it's hard to tell from where I'm standing, but it looks as though they're about to render their decision. Hang on. That's it. OJ is free with the purchase of a dozen maple donuts. A dozen vanilla sprinkles for me, please. Again, this just in, OJ is free with the purchase of a dozen maple donuts. And as always, every dozen is a baker's dozen in a big white box with orange maple donut lettering. How's that for memorabilia?
Maple donuts taste right.
This is Logan Williamson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Umbrellas popping up around People's Bank Park. Some light rain starting. Revs trail 5-2 as we start the bottom half of the 3rd. And Napo facing Casilla up first. Pitch is in the dirt. And some folks headed upstairs under cover It has almost stopped already, but didn't see anything on the radar at this point. Tarp crew and Joe, they don't seem to be too concerned. 1-0, and Casilla drops one down. Napo over. Oh, he slipped and threw to first and handcuffed Rosa and skips away, and Casilla's safe. It'll be a bunt single for him. Napo coming over to the finishing side for a lefty, and it had just started raining. Ground can't be overly wet yet, but trying to pick it up barehanded, I thought he rolled an ankle, and it looked like his cleats stuck a little bit, little off balance on the throw, and it handcuffed Rosa, who didn't seem to get a good look at it. Casilla's safe as it bounced off the first baseman's mitt, it appeared. And Casilla with the bunt single. Here's Tejeda, who reached on an error by Rosa in the first inning. First pitch, he swings and pops it up. The bat went flying, a foul straight back, hit the backstop. The padding right before Skelton could get to it, and I've never seen a bat slip and fly that far. It went all the way past New Britain's third base dugout, and it hit the top of the concrete sidewall right in front of the first row down the third base side. It stayed in play. It bounced off the top of the sidewall, didn't go into the stands, but I've never seen a bat fly that far. And the pop-up came straight back and hit the exact same part of the wall that Tejeda's bat did, all the way down the third base side. The foul ball behind home plate hit the very top of that concrete. For the padding right in front of it. And Tejeda will head over, get some grip for the bat handle. And he looked like he was kind of in disbelief at how it slipped and flew that far. It goes to show you the kind of bat speed that he generates, though. And he'll climb back in. When he reached on the air in the first inning, that allowed for the inning to continue, and Nash's two-run homer. He's on deck. Pitch is popped up foul, and this will come back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Napo set, steals, breaking ball. Tejeda just got a piece and dribbles a foul. It'll make it halfway to the New Britain dugout and stop. Revs down 5-2, but Gailey just put up his first scoreless inning. The Revs trying to continue their battle back against Napo. Another 0-2. Curveball, swing and a miss. And Napo again goes to the big slow hook. That was probably the biggest and most almost 12-6 curve that he's thrown tonight. Big drop on it. He's got his 4th strikeout. He struck out the side around a single and a walk last inning. And he gets his 4th on the big curveball there. 1 on, 1 out. Here's Nash, a 2-run homer in the first. His 5th in 14 games. And the toss over to first base. And another one. Casilla back standing. He does have 5 steals. Napo this year at AA and AAA with the Marlins before coming to New Britain. pitch. Breaking ball, sweeps in at the knees for a strike. And he was in relief in the Marlins system this year. At AAA, 10 2/3 innings, 7 earned runs. At AA, 12 innings, only 2 earned. And as he misses high, a ball and a strike. So the Bees have tried to get him built up to start. 6th start tonight. And that's his most in a season since his rookie year, 2011. He made 8. Time asked for, and Casilla had started to go, but time asked for. I don't know if he did that because he knew time was called or if that gave away what might have been on his mind there. Here's the stretch. And the 1-1. Swing and a pop-up at second base. McGuigan will range over to his left, says he's got it, and reaching back over to his right, he does. And that's out number 2. He had to go full extension, reaching across his body to catch it as it came down. 2 down, Casillas still at first. And here's Verona, who grounded the shortstop his first time. Revs down 5-2 in the third. Napo the pitch, and he fouls it against the net. And Napo, who had gotten Verona on a jammer on that ground out in the first inning, pounds him right in on the hands on that first pitch as well. Napo in the minors, a lifetime ERA of 2.90. At AA, 177. He misses down and in. But I suppose, this was his 7th year in the Marlins system. I suppose he just made the decision that he wasn't going to be in the big league plans. He fires, and a curveball tipped foul behind the plate. But really good career numbers as a reliever. New Britain trying to mold him into a starter, which is how they needed him. And he is from Connecticut.
It's always so interesting all that goes into those decisions when guys are let go at that level. Oftentimes it's not necessarily just how they're playing, but the situation around it, other moves that the team has made.
And a swing and a miss here. Fastball to get Verona at 87, so Napo continues to keep the Revs off balance. A lot of curveballs in that inning, using his fastball effectively when he does. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the 4th. Matt with the play-by-play. The Revs trail 5-2.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet Rising Crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Salvos Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. Lexus in Glenrock, and Mel's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time.
What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the fourth, top of the order, 2 up for the Bees. They lead it 5-2. Frank Gailey back to work. Or I should say 9-1-2. Baca to start things off. Righty against lefty in the first pitch. It's outside corner at the knees, strike 1. Baca a single in the second. Came around to score. Bees with 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Gailey a scoreless third, and now will step away. Once again, the Bees unhappy with the LED boards out there to the left and the right of the batter's eye. This time Baca asking for it to be changed. Gailey ready, the 0-1, poke towards shallow right. Harris started back, now charging in, and towards the line, he hauls it in for out number 1. Tough read on that ball, just off the end of the bat. But Alonzo Harris with good speed covered a lot of ground to run it down for out number 1. So now it's Skelton back at the top. 2-hit ball game, a leadoff home run to begin the night. Set up away in the first pitch from Gailey. Skelton shows bunt, pulls back, and takes it upstairs. 1-0. Skelton also a single in the second inning. Continuing to get on base. He leads the league in on-base percentage coming in. Squaring again, he takes a strike outside corner. 1-1. .400 on base for Skelton. Not often you see a catcher in the leadoff spot, but he gets on a ton. The 1-1, a big swing and a miss. Skelton dropping to a knee. He came up empty, 1-2. Patient hitter, he walks a lot. 68, that's 10 more than any other player in the Atlantic League. 1-2 from Gailey, a breaking ball outside. Skelton started, but able to hold up. And it caromed off the glove of Cruz. The count now 2-2. Skelton also a guy who can steal bases. 15 of 19 this year, so really does it all. The 2-2 pitch lifted in the air. He was out in front, down the line and right, but he hooked it foul. Back and into the bullpen balcony as it caroms off the top of an umbrella. Skelton got a pitch up in the zone, but out in front of it. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gailey tonight working with Luis Cruz. He's set at the belt. And the pitch to Skelton, that's down and away, and the count runs full. Skelton takes off his helmet, wipes his brow, long sleeves, black Under Armour under the bright yellow alternates that the Bees sport here tonight. The payoff pitch from Gailey, check swing, high and tight, appeal to third and no swing, says Ron Whiting. It's ball 4. 4th walk of the ball game for Gailey, 1 in each inning thus far. And Skelton with his 69th free pass of the year. Here's Mike Kraus. Kraus tonight has reached base twice. A walk in the first. 2 RBI double in the second. First pitch from Gailey. Kraus shows and he fouls it off. Initially I thought he bunted through it, but Chris Richards, the home plate umpire, holding his hands up in the air. Skelton had taken off from first, anticipating the bunt. Gailey takes off his glove, rubs down the baseball. Kraus with the high black socks, the yellow stripes. 0-1 the count, and the pitch on the way. Swinging a tapper out in front of the plate. Gailey off the mound to field. Has only played a first, a sidearm delivery on the money to Telvin Nash for out number 2. Gailey fielding his position nicely, coming forward from the mound, turning and firing a strike. Skelton up to second on the play, but now with 2 down. So Krause, who had shown bunt earlier in the at-bat, eventually a swinging bunt does move the runner. Now with 2 away. Here's Jovan Rosa. Rosa really carrying this team of late offensively. An 8-game hitting streak. 11 for his last 20. And the pitch on the way. Splitter drops in there, 0-1. Rosa playing in his 266th consecutive game. Has played in all 243 in B's history. A look back, and the 0-1. Line drive towards the gap in left center field. Witherspoon on the run. He leaps and he makes the grab. Towards the warning track in left center field. Travis Witherspoon goes airborne and makes the over-the-shoulder catch to end the frame. What a play by Travis Witherspoon, and he saves a run. 1 walk, a man left after 3.5 at Peoples Bank Park as his teammates mob Witherspoon. It's 5-2, New Britain ahead.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance. Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at Peoples Bank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, 1 inning will be designated and 1 name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
Okay, John, shelves are stocked.
So are the new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
Like Sunny Money, with top prizes of $5,000.
Yep, winning's never been faster.
Not faster than me clearing these shelves.
Dude, I hope you're even faster at restocking.
Yeah.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
This is Michael Click. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball, home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Five to 2, the Bees lead it. Heading to the bottom of the 4th, and if it were not for the defense of Travis Witherspoon, the score might be worse. A leaping catch in the gap in left center field towards the warning track. He was back on it, and lunging airborne over his shoulder, hauled it in. He robbed Jovan Rosa to end the top half of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th, Revs come to bat. Luis Cruz, Chase Simpson, Ryan Dent facing Greg Napo. And the lefty fires. First pitch, a breaking ball, bends through the zone low, 1-0. Cruz, a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning. 3 for his last 17 coming into play. The 1-0 pitch, swinging a foul straight back. So Cruz trying to get it going at the plate again. Of course, not seeing as much time on a regular basis as he was 3 or 4 weeks ago with the addition of Telvin Nash. Cruz, I think, out of anyone, has kind of seen his time drop the most. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, he got a piece straight back to the screen. Tejeda doing more catching with Nash at first base. Burgess in the DH role a bit more. But of course, this lineup, top to bottom, has really gotten stronger. Talked about it a night or two ago with the additions of Nash and Verona. You can give a guy, or a couple guys, as they have tonight, nights off. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, and he fouls it off to stay alive. Tonight with the lefty Napo on the hill, the Revs sit their lefties, Burgess and Mitchell, two guys who have hit the ball well, but again, their lineup doesn't really take much of a dip with those guys sitting. 1-2, Napo to Cruz. Fastball up and away, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Napo briefly to the rosin bag, now climbs back on the hill. The lefty works from the center of the rubber. He sets, and the 2-2 offering, down and in, ball 3. Count runs full with Chase Simpson on deck. Napo, we mentioned, now in his 7th pro season. Up until now with the Marlins. And the pitch is off the fist towards left field. Right there is Bierfeld over towards the line just a couple steps, and he makes the grab for out number 1. Napo drafted by, at the time, the Florida Marlins in 2011. That was in the 18th round. And really strong throughout his minor league career. Had a 1.15 ERA with single-A Jupiter in 2013. A 1.74 ERA in Double-A in 2014. 2015, a 2.66 ERA as Simpson stands in. First pitch fastball outside. And in 15, that was with AAA New Orleans as he extended the system and was splitting time in those various locations year to year, but those numbers where he spent the majority of his time. The 1-ball delivery, it's a strike outside corner, a backdoor pitch, and Simpson felt that that was off the plate. 4-year player at UConn. Pitched in 07 and then 09 through 11, redshirted in the 08 season. The 1-1 to Simpson, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Letter high, and it's 1-2. One of the coolest feats that Napo was a part of in his minor league career came in his 2nd minor league season. It was with the Hickory Crawdads on April the 24th of 2012. He kicks and the 1-2 pitch. Swing a tapper on the ground, third base side. Griffin cuts it off. The off-balance throw to first on the money for out number 2. So John Griffin, who primarily plays over there at first base, making a nice play on the opposite corner of the infield, and there's 2 quick outs here in the 4th. 5-2, the Bees lead it. Ryan Dent coming to the plate. And back to that note on Greg Napo, it was on April 24th, 2012, he was a part of a team no-hitter. And the starting pitcher in that one, the late Jose Fernandez. First pitch to Dent, he lifts it in the air, shallow center field, coming on Krause. He's not going to get there. It's going to fall in for a bloop hit. Nash makes the turn at first. He'll hang on there. The 2-out single will bring up Travis Witherspoon. But Jose Fernandez starting that game, and Napo a part of it in relief. And that season in 2012 was a good one for Napo. He was a South Atlantic League midseason All-Star. Again, really good numbers throughout his career with the Miami system. Here's Witherspoon, dented first, and the first pitch fastball off the plate, ball 1. Witherspoon a walk his first time up, takes a look down at Polo for signs. Dent a short lead against the lefty. Napo to the plate, and it's a fastball down and in. A lot of pitchers slow their pace with runners on. It seems as though Napo keeps things the same, maybe even speeds up a little right now with Nash at first. The 2-ball pitch to Witherspoon, a breaking ball, and he cut through it. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mentioned Napo was a pitcher at UConn, and his senior year with the Huskies, a 10-2 record, a 2.55 ERA. The 2-1 fastball just missed outside, and it's a hitter's count to Witherspoon. 3 balls and 1 strike. And on top of baseball, he was a double major, English and poli-sci. He sets the 3-1. Swing a ground ball left side, a diving stab by the third baseman Griffin. He gets up towards second base, and off the bag is McWiggin. Griffin tried to go the short way, but was off balance after sliding, spinning, and getting to his feet. It's a fielder's choice, and everyone advances safely. Dent to second, Witherspoon on at first, and that'll turn the lineup over as Skelton comes out to the mound to talk to Napo. No visit charge, they were just getting straight on signs. It's actually just the second time today that the Revs have had a runner on at second base. When they scored, it was on a Nash home run with Tejeda at first. And then in the second inning, after Witherspoon walked, it was Simpson at second and Witherspoon at first. Alonzo Harris trying to get a run or two in. He digs in. First and second, 2 away in the first pitch. Fastball and a big cut. Harris comes up empty, 0-1. Harris 0 for 2. Fly out to center in the first, a strikeout in the second. Righty against lefty. Harris in open stance. And the 0-1. Breaking ball off the fist, and it's straight back to the screen. Harris tonight wearing those customized Converse cleats. He bought them as sneakers. He said they were so comfortable and yet still gave him the stability he wanted. Sent them off to custom cleats and got them suited up. The pitch bounces into Harris. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes as Skelton corrals it. Harris tonight, the plain white batting gloves, but last night with a fancy pair, tennis ball neon, along with that sleeve that he wore with those alternate black vests that the team wore last night, just for the 4th time at home. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, cut on and missed. The foul tip squeezed by Skelton, and that will retire the side. 1 hit, 2 men left, and after 4 complete at Peoples Bank Park, the Bees in front 5-2 on 1350 WOYK.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with a friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Need material handling equipment for your company's busy season? Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers a full line of rental equipment to keep you operating at maximum efficiency. Forklifts from 3,000 to 15,000 pound capacity, narrow aisle reach trucks and order pickers, electric pallet jacks, scissor lifts, and forklift clamp attachments. Daily, weekly, and monthly terms available. Call today at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438. And check us out online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
We head to the 5th. Frank Gailey back to work. Gave up 3 in the first, 2 in the second, but has settled down since. As the Superstars are on hand here tonight, continuing to perform. The fans loving every minute of it here in between innings. Tonight we have a collection of Donovan McCrabb, Harry Canary, Evans Durant Eater, Monkey Mantle, Squidney Crosby, and Tim Tebow A little extra time in between innings tonight to allow those performances as Squidney Crosby gets escorted off the field. Top of the fifth, Jamar Walton, John Griffin, Craig Maddox to face the lefty Frank Gailey. Walton adjusting the batting gloves as Squidney Crosby leaves the field on top of that cart, disappearing into the ground shop down the right field line. And now we're set to go. 5-2, the Bees lead it. Lefty against lefty as Gailey leans in for a sign. The lefty, the close set, and the pitch to Walton bounce back towards second base. Garcia fields and slings it to first, a one pitch out to begin the fifth. Gailey got in on the hands of Walton, and a soft grounder fielded easily by Alexi. And that'll bring up John Griffin. Griffin 1 for 2 tonight. An RBI single in the first. Ground out in the third. Righty against lefty as Gailey drops the hands. First pitch to Griffin, and that's down and in, ball one. Griffin, a 21st round pick by the Diamondbacks in 2011. Taps the plate, waves the bat. Kick and the 1-0. Down and away with the fastball, 2 balls and no strikes. Griffin in the D-back system. His best year was in 2012. Split between high A and double A. The 2-0 pitch. That one misses, ball 3, down and away. He hit 28 home runs in 2012, drove in 102. Also was an all-star in the 2014 season. 3-0 from Frank, and there's a strike outside corner. It's 3-1. Last year with the Bees, Griffin a .274 average, 12 home runs, 67 knocked in. And the 3-1 pitch sails up and away, ball 4. Frank Gailey has walked one in each inning thus far. And it's a 1-out walk here in the fifth. That brings up Craig Maddox. Maddox, the left-handed DH. 0 for 2 in this one, a ground ball, double play, and a strikeout. Gailey ready. He kicks and fires, and the first pitch just below the knees, ball 1. Bees have 3 lefties in their lineup against Gailey as he delivers 1-0, and it's flown foul down the left field line and back and into the seats. Maddox is 0 for 2, Walton is 0 for 3, but James Skelton has reached all 3 times, 2 hits and a home run. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gailey deals, swing and a miss. A slider and Maddox out in front, it's 1-2. Gailey this season a reverse splits guy, has had better success against right-handed hitters. Righties hit .260 against him while lefties hit .355. 1-2 the count, 1 down. Pitch to Maddox, swing and a miss, strike 3, held on to by Cruz. And there's out number 2. Third strikeout from Gailey, 2 down in the fifth, and we pause for station identification just past 8 o'clock. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
2 down for Connor Bierfeld, man on first. The pitch from Gailey ripped towards left field. Verona in his tracks, and he hauls it in for out number 3. That one a scorcher, but right at Tyrone. And despite the walk, Frank Gailey retires the side. 1 man left. We're halfway home at Peoples Bank Park. It's the Bees 5, the Revs 2 on 1350 WOYK.
Did you know that Shipley Energy can take care of all your energy needs? From heating oil and propane to providing your home with electricity and natural gas. We also provide heating and air conditioning service and installation. All of your energy needs are under one roof at Shipley Energy. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com. Call 855-4SHIPLEY and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy. Energy for life.
No matter what year you were born, you're the perfect age for you today. How we think about aging influences how we age. Stop comparing yourself to a younger version of you. A person's worth isn't measured by what they used to look like or what they can still do. Get in the game of your life and embrace who you are at every age. Learn what York County Community Foundation's Embracing Aging is doing to help improve attitudes on aging at www.embracingaging.org.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Halfway home from Peoples Bank Park, Revs down 3. It's 5-2 New Britain. They took the first game last night by a score of 4-3. And the Bees have won 6 of their 7 games here at Peoples Bank Park. Alexi Casilla to get things going here in the 5th. Tejeda and Nash to follow. Righty against lefty as the switch hitter stands in. First pitch to Alexi, swinging a chopper foul, third base side. Casilla, a bunt hit in the 3rd. Now is hit safely in 36 of his 44 games played with the Revs this year. Really impressive, hitting up over 370. And the 0-1 pitch, he shows bunt again, pulls back and takes a ball. Up and away on the breaking ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. That bunt single from Casilla, his 10th bunt hit this year, and he's really shown a tremendous ability to handle the bat. A 1-1, a swing and a miss. Casilla chased the breaking ball down low, and he's down 1-2. Alexi, of course, had that 23-game hitting streak from June 11th through July 26th. He batted .423 on that span as he chops it third base side. Charging in is Griffin. He guns it to first, and that'll get Casilla by a step for out number 1. So Casilla set down for out number 1 in the 5th, and that'll bring up Tejeda. Casilla also with 20 multi-hit games in 43 games played this year. And the other note on Alexi is when he's in the lineup, the Revs as a team are 27-15. Tonight they're going to have to do it from behind, trailing by 3. Here's Tejeda. Scored after reaching on an error in the 1st, strikeout victim in the 3rd. Napo with 6 strikeouts already through his first 4 frames, and now a ground out here to start the 5th. Breaking ball, the first pitch to Tejeda. He drops to a knee and cuts through it, 0-1. Tejeda's been continuing his hot hitting throughout the last month or so. He's hit safely in 24 of his last 28 games. Righty against lefty. The 0-1. Swinging a pop-up foul and out of play off to the right. Tejeda in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. hit a 4th in the league in average, coming in .315. 62 Rabies, third best. 119 hits, just one behind Jovan Rosa. 191 total bases, 26 doubles, 42 extra base hits, and the pitch is fouled off the fist, and he stays alive. So across the board, a leader in a multitude of offensive categories tonight in the DH spot, with Burgess and Mitchell the night off. Cruz behind the plate. 0-2 the count. And the offering from the lefty, Napo, swing and a miss. He got him in chase up the ladder. It's the 7th strikeout victim for Napo, and out number 2 here in the 5th. Five to 2, New Britain ahead. That brings up Telvin Nash. And Napo this season now with a new high in strikeouts. He struck out 6 the last time he faced the Revs, and that was his high coming in. Tonight was 7. Here's Nash. He's provided all of the offense for York tonight. A 2-run home run in the first. And the first pitch fastball outside edge, strike 1. Telvin now in his 3rd season with the Revs. That home run, his 33rd career long ball with York. And the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, and he fouled it back. Napo from that lefty arm slot, getting a lot of late break on the slider, in on righties. And Nash again off the fist. Telvin waggles the bat, 0-2. Pitch from Napo, lifted back of the mound. Napo behind, calling for it, and the pitcher makes the catch. Nash got it off the fists again, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Greg Napo. Through 5 complete at Peoples Bank Park. 5-2, the Bees lead it here on 1350 WOYK.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Hi, this is Brian Ascuri of the U.S. Women's Soccer Team. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the 6th. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Bees. Once again, the Superstars on hand, and one of them bouncing on its head. Down to the left. Trying to figure out which one that is. It says Philly on its back. Several of those on hand here tonight. The crowd loving it. One of the highlights of the summer here at Peoples Bank Park. Two of them take up a lot of room on the back of that four-wheeler as they're helped off the field. Frank Gailey had already completed his warm-up tosses, so anxious to get things going here in the sixth, and a really fine job by him to settle down after giving up 5 runs in his first 2 frames. Has allowed not a 1 since. Gailey to face McWiggin, Baca, and Skelton in the first pitch to McWiggin, down and away, ball 1. Gailey has walked 5, 2 have scored. And the 1-0 to McWiggin, a swing and a miss. Splitter down and in, and McWiggin cut through it. 1 ball and 1 strike. McWiggin at second base, the High Sox, right-handed swinger. And the 1-1 down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. McWiggin, a part of an interesting trade this year in the Atlantic League. After facing York up in New Britain about a week and a half ago as he watches a ball below the knees. 3-1. He was dealt to the Long Island Ducks for a player to be named later, and ended up facing the Revs in 7 straight ball games. The 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 3-2 as Gailey pumped a fastball by him on the outside edge. And it turned out that player to be named later was, well, McWiggin himself. 4 days later went back to the Bees and he watches one below the knees, ball 4. So a walk in every frame. That continues for Frank. This time a leadoff free pass to begin the 6th. I'll bring up Michael Baca. He looks down at his third base coach, Daisuke Yoshida. The 9-hitter with a man on, likely bunting. His team ahead by 3. Chase Simpson in on the grass at third. Telvin Nash at first, holding Jake McWiggin on. Showing early is Baca. He gets it down, a push bunt first base side. Off the mound to field is Gailey. He'll put the tag on. No, says the home plate umpire. And then Gailey throws on to first to make sure of the out. And 1 away. McWiggin up to second on the sacrifice. Gailey went to tag Baca, and Baca made a juke move. I thought initially Frank got his jersey, but not so according to home plate umpire Chris Richards. But then Gailey gathered himself and tossed on to Nash for the first out here in the 6th. Here's Skelton back at the top. He had a leadoff home run to start off the ball game. An opposite field shot in the first pitch. He buckles his knees, but it just missed inside. Splitter from Gailey, and a near miss. Skelton, an opposite field home run up and over the arch nemesis. The second time an opponent has hit a leadoff home run, and Skelton swings through a fastball, 1-1. The Revs have twice hit leadoff home runs this year themselves, and both times it was Alonzo Harris doing so. The 1-1 pitch outside, 2-1. Harris doing so twice in the matter of 4 days. Once against Bridgeport on July 27th, and then in that same week on July 30th at New Britain. The 2-1 offering from Gailey, and that's a called strike outside corner, knee high. Count even, 2-2. The Revs have lefty Jared Gaynor up and throwing in their right field bullpen, but they hope that Gailey can finish off inning number 6. Frank, a long look into Cruz. He comes set. The lefty looks back and now comes home. Fastball just missed the outside corner. Frank slams his fist into his glove. He wanted that call. It's a full count, 3-2. He turns around and barks towards, I guess, anyone who will listen. will take off his glove, rub down the baseball on the back of the mound. Gailey tonight making his 56th career start in a Revs uniform. His 3rd season with the team. The kick, the payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Held on to by Cruz. Gailey the strikeout, 2 down in the 6th. 4th punch out for Gailey. And that'll bring up Michael Krause. Paul Fletcher now will spend a visit. He made one in the 1st, and it was quite effective. Gailey bounced back, inducing a double play ball off the bat of Craig Maddox. But right now, possibly just buying a little time for Gaynor to get ready. Gailey again, 3 runs in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, and nothing since. Meanwhile, on the York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, over in Lancaster, it's the Somerset Patriots 6 and the Barnstormers 1. They're in the top of the 6th. Also top 6 in Southern Maryland, it's the Ducks 7 and the Blue Crabs 2, Long Island, going for their 8th straight win. The other game going on in the Atlantic League tonight, it's the Bluefish hosting the Skeeters, and those two knotted at 1. They're in the top of the 4th. Right here, it's 5-2, Bees ahead. Runner at 2nd is Jake McWiggin, 2 down, and Michael Krause at the plate. Infield back, outfield straight away. Gailey leaning in for his sign. A long look. And I don't know how well he can see it from Cruz as he steps away and asks his catcher to go through the signs one more time. Gailey ready now. And the pitch to Krause, swinging a bouncer left side, charging in is Simpson. He plays the short hop, he sets his feet, he guns it across, and he gets the speedy Krause by a half a step, and that will retire the side. A walk and 1 man left stranded. And through 5.5 at Peoples Bank Park, it's the Bees 5 and the Revs 2 here on 1350 WOYK.
Rich Eisen.
I might be the mayor of the Follow Through Challenge community.
I like it. The Rich Eisen Show.
I'm here with Jim Moore from UCLA here on the Rich Eisen Show, and you answered, this had to be the first draft you physically have been to.
Yeah, I've been in 25 or 26 draft rooms where you're on one end of the phone talking to New York, now Chicago, but I'd never been in the green room.
What'd you think of the Dog and Pony Show?
I thought it was amazing. I loved it. Unfortunately, I saw the Tunsil thing. That was really amazing. And so to be able to go back to my players and say, okay, this is why we talk about decision making, and this is why we talk about the dangers of social media. And with Miles, you understand how fragile this career can be in the NFL, and so it pounds the point home to your players of the importance of an education and the importance of networking and setting yourself up for a life after football.
Time to roll.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The York County Economic Alliance is York County's primary business resource, representing over 1,100 member businesses and 50,000 employees in York County. The YCEA serves to lead economic growth, connect local businesses, and to create a prosperous York County. This month, the YCEA celebrates the anniversaries of these members: Smith Village Home Furnishings, Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, Maple Press Company, Shaler Yesco Distribution Incorporated, the York County Economic Alliance. Together, we prosper. Visit ycea-pa.org.
This is Stephen Janis. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs looking to make a comeback, down 5-2. They were down 3-0 after the top of the 1st, and then Telvin Nash blasted a 2-run home run. Bees answered with 2 in the 2nd, and nothing since for either side. Verona leads off, first pitch swinging, pops it up, back of 2nd, McWiggin calling for it, and still on the infield, Dirty makes the grab for out number 1. So Greg Napo, a 1 pitch out to begin the 6th. And for Napo, he has now retired 11 of his last 12. 7 strikeouts in the ball game for Napo. Second most by a B this year. Kyle Simon with 8. And here comes Luis Cruz. Cruz 0 for 2 in this one. Behind the plate here tonight, the setup inside and the pitch from Napo. And that's down low with the fastball, 1-0. Napo works from the dead center of the rubber, sets and deals. And the fastball this time finds the zone, lower half, it's 1-1. The lefty working quickly, the 1-1 to Cruz. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Certainly has a lot of late life on it. Late bite, down and into right-handed hitters, and he's gotten a lot of swing and misses, a lot of jam shots off the fist tonight. The 1-2 to Cruz. Breaking ball, tried to backdoor him, and he doesn't get the call. Skelton framed it up and fired it back to Napo on the hill. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nate Rowe up and throwing for the Bees in their left field bullpen. The 2-2 offering, and that's down and in, ball 3. The count runs full. Five runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Bees. 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors for the Revs. Lights have taken full effect. And the payoff pitch, breaking ball, bounced towards third, just foul. Griffin was over, he was reaching forward and it just snuck by left of the third base bag. The count remains full, 3-2 with Simpson on deck. Jared Gaynor continuing to throw for the Revs in their right field bullpen. Likely will come on for the 7th. And the payoff pitch fouled off down the line and right as Cruz stays alive. .95 pitches now for Napo as he works in the home 6th. The lefty to the plate, swing and a miss, strike 3. There's strikeout number 8. That ties a Bees season high. Cruz down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. And 2 away here in the 6th.
Next up for the Revolution, your third baseman, number 27,
That brings up Chase Simpson. Simpson 1 for 2, a single to left in the 2nd. And short hopping the arch nemesis. And he grounded out to third in the 4th. Switch hitter batting right. The first pitch hit on the ground right side weakly. Up with it is Rosa, the first baseman, and he will take it to the bag unassisted. A 3-up, 3-down inning to retire the side. Greg Napo has now set down 13 of his last 14. He's held the Revs in check since the 1st. They trail it 5-2 heading to the 7th. Darrell Henry will take you home when we come back here on 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
No matter what year you were born, you're the perfect age for you today. How we think about aging influences how we age. Stop comparing yourself to a younger version of you. A person's worth isn't measured by what they used to look like or what they can still do. Get in the game of your life and embrace who you are at every age. Learn what York County Community Foundation's Embracing Aging is doing to help improve attitudes on aging at www.embracingaging.org.
Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is United States Olympian Haley Flickener. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the 7th, it's a 5-2 New Britain lead. Frank Gailey settled down over his final 4 innings, worked around a leadoff walk last inning, and gave the team 6. He will now give way. Lefty Jared Gaynor is on. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 3, 4, and 5 due up, with Jovan Rosa leading things off. Gailey got through 6 on 90 pitches. And Gaynor's first is a fastball strike on the outer half to Rosa, who's 1 for 3 tonight. RBI double in the first. Gaynor kicks, delivers, and a changeup low. Rosa was robbed on that spectacular play by Witherspoon in the 4th inning. 1-1. And he swings, pops it up. Nash going back from first into shallow right. Oh, look out. It lands in play. Nash and Casilla fall into one another. And hopefully both okay. They're both lounging on the ground for a moment, figuring out what just happened. And it started, Nash started right along the line, and I guess the wind, which is toward left, is probably what brought that ball further back toward Casilla. And it landed right in between the two. Matt, they both went for it and fell right into each other.
They did, and from up here, we have no idea what communication was going down on the field, but that's a ball that, especially with the wind taking it back, is a much better angle for Casilla than Nash, but I think Nash got a better read on it initially and might have called it first.
A leadoff base runner. Here's Walton, who's grounded out 3 times. And continuing to face a lefty as Gaynor in the game now misses down and away. 5-2 New Britain lead. That will go down as their 7th hit. And their first since the 2nd inning. 1-0. Fastball and a called strike at the knees, a delayed call, and Walton looks back and has a beef. For Gailey, after the 2nd inning, his only base runners on walks, 1 in each inning after the 2nd, but he's stranded all of those. Gaynor deals, and a breaking ball grounded to short. Right there, Dent feeds Casilla the turn. It's in time. 6-4-3 double play as Gaynor got Walton in on the bat handle. Revs turn their 2nd 6-4-3 of the night. Walton's now grounded out 4 times. This one produces 2 outs. Gaynor 1-0 in 5 outings, 4 1/3 innings, 1 run coming in. And he'll face John Griffin. First pitch is high and wide. Griffin 1 for 2, an RBI single in the first, and then a ground out and a walk. New Britain with righty Casey Coleman up in their bullpen. The 1-0, and a ground ball left side base hit. Dent laid out as far as he could to the backhand from short, but this one gets through. And a 2-out single for Griffin. 5-2 New Britain here in the 7th. And Craig Maddox to the plate. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Somerset still up 6-1 in Lancaster in the 6th inning. Long Island trying to win their 8th in a row. They lead 8-2 at Southern Maryland in the 6th. Pitch to Maddox, breaking ball, he fouls it off, third base side. Sugarland and Bridgeport 1-1 in the 5th. Maddox tonight, good K-man selection. They've struck him out twice, and in the first inning he hit into a double play. 0 for 3 on the night. Gainer set, letter high, fires, and it's lined the other way, down the line in left field, and just foul into the corner. Now, Maddox made a bid at extra bases. It landed just wide of the line as it short hopped that angled wall in the corner. 0-2.
And that disappears from our sight down there by the Bees bullpen, so we have no idea for sure, but that call made all the way back at home plate by Chris Richards with a runner at first. The umpires rotate, so you've one on the first base line and one over toward second base.
Yeah, initially I looked toward third, and there's Daisuke, and I know he's going to signal fair. Don't look at him. There's a pitch in the dirt, blocked by Cruz.
Yeah, third base coach is not always the most objective.
Now 1-2 on Maddox. He checked his swing on that pitch in the dirt. Now time asked for, Maddox backs out. Looks like there's a balloon stuck just above the batter's eye fence in center, or maybe behind it. It's being walked along. I don't know if that distracted him. The pitch, runner goes in the dirt, skips away, and Griffin will round second, and he's going to try to go to third, and Cruz has to hang on to it. He gets 2 bases on it. It's a stolen base and a wild pitch. Another ball in the dirt, this time Cruz unable to keep it in front. And with Griffin running on it, already approaching second, he kept on going. And the big man makes it all the way around to third.
And he's very athletic for what you would expect. Just look at him playing third base in this series. We've mostly seen him at first base, and you just go, okay, it's a big power-hitting first baseman, but he's really shown a lot more.
Pitch to Maddox is grounded right side, and it's a hit. Right on through, and Griffin in to score. It is 6-2. It immediately leads to a run on the very next pitch. If he was still at second, Alonzo comes up firing, and we'll see. But Maddox finds the hole, a single through the right side of the infield, and it's a 6-2 New Britain lead in the 7th. Maddox has been a Rebs killer, which we have detailed. That is his first hit tonight. So after the initial single, a double play, but New Britain starts a new rally with a pair of 2-out singles, 3 hits in the inning as Bierfeldt takes high for ball 1. Bierfeldt's walked twice, scored a run, and lined out to left. A 1-0 and a ground ball left side. That's going to get through. Simpson from third dove, but that splits the hole. And it's the 4th hit of the inning and the 3rd in a row with 2 outs. 3 straight after that double play that Gainer was hoping would get him right through the inning. First and second for Jake McGuigan. He's flied out, struck out, and walked. The New Britain now out hitting York 10-4. Gainer into his stretch. First offering is a little bit high. Now ready. The 1-0. Oh, a late swing and a liner foul. It hit the sidewall right between the cameraman and the Revs bullpen. Right in front of section 4 or 5. Fortunately, it was low enough, hit the wall, shot out into right field. I don't think that's what Don means when he yells, hit the wall. It's right down near his area. Although he might be up at the refreshment stand at the moment. And see him in his seat. The 1-1, and swinging another foul, trickles to the right of home plate. Trying to hold him to 1 run here. That run, the first scored by either team since the second inning. Gainer the stretch, the 1-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt, blocked over to the right by Cruz. He'll get to this one, and from foul territory, throws to first. Nash giving him the big target. Inning over, but a run scores for Insurance. 4 hits, 2 left. Stretch time at the bank. It's New Britain 6, York 2.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Getting pumped for another year of high school football? All this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2017 York Adams League.
Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football preview. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Only here on Sports Radio 1350.
At the York County Solid Waste Authority, we know just 1 quart of motor oil can contaminate 1 million gallons of water. Recycle your motor oil at locations throughout York County. Visit www.ycswa.com for locations. Garbage is power.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Hi, this is Brandy Portanova, Charitable Giving Coordinator at Gladfelter, proud member of the York County Economic Alliance since 1955. You are listening to Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 7th, and Greg Napo out of the game. 6-2 New Britain leads. Casey Coltman takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Ryan Dent will lead off. Napo retired his final 8 after a Dent single in the 4th, and Coleman misses outside. Dent 1 for 2. We just had Harry Canary in the press box performing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. His fastball misses up and in, 2-0. And he just made it under that ceiling. I don't know how high our room is, probably traditional 10 feet tall. Pitch to Dennis, swinging a high fly, right field. Walton coasting toward the corner, and now he'll cut in a couple steps and make the grab for out number 1. Well, Napo does it to the Revs again. Tonight, 6 innings, 2 unearned on just 4 hits, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. And combined in is he out? Is Harry Canary out there now? He is, with Silly String. And the diamond deck. Oh, yeah, she's in a web of that. She's trapped. Here's Witherspoon, who takes high. So Napo now combined against York. 12 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned. Pitch to Witherspoon, breaking ball, and it hooks back for a strike. 1-1 the count. Witherspoon a walk and a fielder's choice tonight. Pitch is down and away, a fastball. We have targets down there in the diamond deck. The 2-1, and a fastball. It's a called strike away. Two balls, two strikes. Coleman twists, delivers, and misses down and away. We mentioned he was their opening night starter against York. Got signed after a couple of starts by the Astros, went to AAA Fresno. And since coming back, he's been a late inning reliever for them. We've seen him a lot. Well, then again, teams playing 11 out of 17 against each other. 3-2, and a swing and a foul the other way. Out of play, first base side. Boy, that's quite the...
He's a large presence.
Well, true, he is. Is he shooting string toward the press box? Here's a swing and a miss, a slider to get Witherspoon, and Coleman retires his first two here in the bottom of the 7th. He made his way down there into the diamond deck now, and is startling picnic goers. Revs with Joe Van Meter up in their bullpen. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And here's Alonzo. First pitch is upstairs. Overall for Coleman, he's 0-1 with a 3.38 ERA in 10 outings. And he pumps a fastball across, a belt-high strike at 90. Alonzo 0 for 3 tonight. Fly out, couple of strikeouts. The pitch, that's a little high. A slider that hovered up there, didn't come all the way back down. But close enough that Coleman stared in for a moment. The 2-1, and it's, oh my, a strike away. Harris looked up, assuming it was ball 3, and then looked down and stared at the plate, realizing that Coleman had gotten a few inches off there on him. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and now Zoe will call time back out. Uses the jersey to wipe up near the eye. Maybe a gnat, or just trying to disrupt Coleman's rhythm. 2-2, and he swings and hits it in the air toward the line and right. Walton hustling into foul ground, and it lands before he can get there. And racing across the line toward pure concrete down there. He stayed on his feet, and it landed a couple of steps before he could get there. 2-2 it remains, a 6-2 New Britain lead here in the bottom of the 7th. And you can still hear some fans in hysterics as Harry Canary makes his way around. Another 2-2. And a swing and a chopper, fair down the third base line, past the dive of John Griffin, into the left field corner, and Harris will not be kept off the bases tonight. He's got a 2-out double on a chopper right down the line. His 40th extra base hit of the year. Came in tonight 5th in the league in that department. Not bad for a leadoff guy.
And you would think 105 games into the season I would just be used to it, but I'm still just enamored at how quickly he gets up to top speed out of the batter's box.
Leads the league in slugging, and it is that combination of all the power, all the speed. He's a special player. Here's Casilla, who swings and tips a foul back. Casilla 1 for 3 tonight, a bunt single back in the third. Revs trying to at least get something and chip into it here, down 6-2. That hit their first since the fourth. Pitch is swung on and missed. A changeup from Coleman. He kept it down. Harris at second with 2 outs. Harry Canary is on the Revs dugout, and his tail is moving back and forth, which surprised the front row. I heard a shriek. Now the 0-2, and in the dirt, blocked by Skelton. Coleman, who's been in the big leagues, he's been there as a starter, in fact. Came up with the Cubs, also with Kansas City in the majors. He deals and missed high and away, 2-2. And his big league debut in August of 2010. Now the stretch, the pitch. Fastball rung him up, and Casilla did not like it. He thought it was in. He turned, buried his head down so he wouldn't show up Chris Richards too much. But he could read his lips. He said no, and got up close to the umpire, buried his head, and had a conversation to let him know how he felt about it. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Coleman, who allows the 2-out double to Harris, and that's it. Now we go to the 8th. New Britain leading it 6-2.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
No matter what year you were born, you're the perfect age for you today. How we think about aging influences how we age. Stop comparing yourself to a younger version of you. A person's worth isn't measured by what they used to look like or what they can still do. Get in the game of your life and embrace who you are at every age. Learn what York County Community Foundation's Embracing Aging is doing to help improve attitudes on aging at www.embracingaging.org.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350. WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the 8th inning, brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. Are you tired of feeling the effects of sleep apnea or sleepless nights due to your CPAP? Dr. Bell may have an option to help you. Make your appointment today and let Dr. Bell help determine which treatment is best for your needs. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com.
You didn't need the script.
Nah. Not for the first half of it. And then I panicked. There's Joe Van Meter. And Michael Baca trying to bunt his way on. Van Meter over to play. Barehand pickup, and he got him. No panic from the former third baseman who came over in front of third. A barehand pickup and throws out Baca, who's out on one pitch. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 6-2 New Britain. That has been happening more and more to me here this week. I misplaced my sheet with all the plugs that we have to get in. Last night in the second inning, I think, I dumped my entire bag on the floor trying to find it. Here's Skelton at the top of the order. And Van Meter the pitch. Fastball, it's a called strike. Skelton 2 for 3 tonight, a game-opening leadoff homer in the first, then a single, walk, and a strikeout. The 0-1, and it's a called strike, inside corner. Somerset still up 6-1 in Lancaster, now in the bottom of the 7th. 0-2, breaking ball, foul tip. And that had some pretty good hook to it. Skelton just got a piece. It glanced off Cruz and ricocheted way up in the air behind home plate. Van Meter appearing in game number 37, 0-1 with a 3.49 ERA. Had a 1-2-3 7th last night. Pitch, breaking ball, hit in the air, right field. Harris was shallow, racing back, and it's going to land. The wind took it toward right center. He'll pick it up just shy of the track, throws it in, but Skelton ends up with a double. And they had him shaded the other way and shallow, and Skelton pulls it over Zoe's head, and his initial break on that ball, it was right over his head, but then it ended up way over toward right center with what the wind is doing to it.
And then it looked like it died at the end. It landed on the grass just shy of the warning track and kind of deadened out there, just given how long it was in the air.
Zoe lost his hat in pursuit, running with that wind. Here's Mike Kraus. Runner at second, 1 out. Pitch, it's a fastball for a strike. Kraus walked and scored in the first, a 2-run double in the second. A couple of ground outs since. Van Meter from the belt, the 0-1, and it's just low. Cruz held it there. Kraus has got the old school high black socks with gold and white stripes.
Well, Van Meter, old school too. He's going with the stirrups.
Now ready with it. And the 1-1 swing, and he jammed him, punched on the ground to second. Casillas stays with it, fires to first for the out. Skelton goes to third. Took a little skip on Alexi, but he stayed down right on it.
And I think perhaps more so than that, Joe Delb, also the first base umpire, playing up the middle with the runner at second, and he was right behind or right in front of Casillas, and I think shielded him from the ball a bit.
Now 2 down, and Skelton at third. Jovan Rosa the hitter. Rosa 2 for 4, RBI double in the first. Van Meter delivers, swing, and he pops it straight up. And Cruz off with the mask, coming back, and he's got it. Cruz looked straight up, he found it, drifted over to his right slightly, waited till he knew where it was headed, then tossed the mask, and that'll end the inning as Rosa just about literally pops straight up. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. Bottom of the 8th, Revs still trailing 6-2.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers quality material handling equipment and services. Along with a full line of Unicarriers and Komatsu forklifts, you'll find Genie aerial lifts, IPC Eagle floor scrubbers, and Penalift loading dock equipment. Mid-Atlantic can provide rentals, pre-owned equipment, service, and replacement parts for most makes. When you need the best for your business, call Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438, or online at MidAtlanticIndustrial.com.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the bottom of the eighth, 6-2 New Britain. They'll call on their next reliever, right-hander Nate Rowe. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Rowe is 5-3, a 3.16 ERA, 47 outings, 1 save. And opponents hitting just .228, 44 hits and 51 and a third. Well, I shouldn't even say it, but our job is to report and let you know what's going on. The weather has held off tonight. Had some concerns coming into this one, but right now the only thing we're seeing is some wind out to left field, and that has picked up as the night has gone on. The Tejeda, Nash, and Verona coming up here in the bottom of the eighth, 3-4-5. Tejeda 0 for 3 in the night, did score a run after reaching on an error in the first. Nash homered. The Revs have not scored since. Last night held to 3 runs on 6 hits. Tonight 2 runs on 5 hits. A 2-run homer being one of those hits each night. Last night it was Tejeda, and he looks at a big breaking ball from Rowe to start the at-bat. It's a strike. That one started at him and hooked all the way across the plate. Here's the 0-1. Up and in with a fastball. And Rowe does really rely on that big side-to-side sweeping hook, but then that fastball started in the same spot where the breaking ball did, and Tejeda had to recognize it and protect his arms. A 1-1. And a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. So a hook, then a fastball to make him uncomfortable in, and then hits his spot on the other side of the plate. Ahead 1-2. And the pitch, it slides way outside. Now Rowe the stretch. The 2-2. Slider outside and low. Revs down 4. Now the 3-2. Breaking ball missed high. And Tejeda flips the bat and heads toward first, trying to get his dugout fired up. Rowe not wanting to throw a fastball there on 3-2, and breaking ball stayed high. Good recognition from Tejeda to lay off. Hopefully that could be the start of something. Here's Talvin Nash, who's 1 for 3, a 2-run homer, blasted out of here in the first inning. 2 pop-ups since. Rowe sets chin high, fires, and hits the glove on the outer black for a strike. Rowe, who's from New Jersey, went to Rutgers and then pitched in the Can-Am League. He fires, and a swing and a tap foul behind the plate. New Britain with Brandon League getting loose to bail him if needed. Revs have Hought and Buchanan up in their bullpen. Rowe was with the Rockland Boulders his first 3 years, then also with Garden State in 2015. The pitch and a swing and a high fly to right center field. Krause coming over and in, settles under it, makes the grab, and that's out number 1. We'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Revs trailing 6-2. And in danger of dropping the first 2 of this series to New Britain. Here's Verona. First pitch breaking ball, and it hooks back over for a strike. Verona held hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. The Revs, as Rose stretches and fires, and a ground ball to second base hits softly. McGuigan comes up, throws back to the shortstop, and the turn is late, and it pulls Rosa off the bag up the line. Now the inning will continue. They only get the 1 out. And Verona on for Luis Cruz. But the Revs, who had started the second half against New Britain 5-1, are in danger of losing their 3rd straight to the Bees. Dropped the finale last Sunday on the road. Followed that up with winning 2 out of 3 at Somerset, but if they lose tonight, they'd need 2 wins just for a split here this weekend. Pitch to Cruz is across for a strike. He may have thought it was up. He's 0 for 3 tonight. (6-2) New Britain here in the bottom of the 8th. Now deals and paints the outside. Strike 2 called. Rowe had been in the Can-Am League his whole career till last year. He was with Quebec to begin last season, then with New Britain to finish. He actually made 10 starts with New Britain. He fires, and a check swing on a slider away, and he did hold. And they appeal at first base. He's found himself as a reliever this year. Last season starting with New Britain, his ERA in the high 5s, although he did go 5-3. Fifth-year pro. He's set. And the 1-2. Slider down and away. 27 years old. Verona held at first, short lead. The 2-2, swing, and it's fouled off the netting. Last night, Bees took the lead in the 3rd, never gave it up. Tonight, they've led since the first batter. Pitch, and it's fouled back. And that one will be on the roof. Two balls, 2 strikes it remains. And Rowe deals and missed outside. And it seems like pitchers have gotten some borderline ones the last couple of innings, but Cruz laid off. That was maybe an extra ball width outside. A full count, and Verona will have the head start here. Here's the stretch, the 3-2, and a swing and a pop-up. At shortstop, it's Baca backing out, waving his arms, and he'll make the grab with Bierfeld honing in behind him. A scoreless 8th inning despite a leadoff walk from Nate Rowe. He strands a runner. And we go to the 9th. It's New Britain 6, York 2.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Okay, here we go, people.
This is The Herd.
Where are you again?
With Colin Cowherd.
There's so many injuries. So instead of Carrie Underwood doing a Breeze and Tony Romo promo, which is what they're trying to do every week, NBC has cut several new, authentic, brutally frank promos. It's not much of a sales job by NBC, but we got our hands on them, and they're as honest as anything I've ever heard out of NBC. NBC fires a shot at me. That is brutal.
Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 9th, Houghton Buchanan takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. It is 6-2 New Britain. Revs Baseball brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, The Pretzel Twist, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Turkey Hill Minute Markets, Etline Foods, and D's Nuts. Tonight's game also brought to you by PA One Call System. Know what's below. Dial 811 at least 3 business days before you dig. Learn more about how you can keep your neighborhood safe at www.pa811.org. Jamar Walton will lead off the 9th inning, and he pops the first one up foul. Third base side, Simpson approaching the Bees dugout. Oh, he makes the grab! Right in front of the stairs at the end of the dugout. He had just enough room. And right at the end as it came down, he had been eyeing up his surroundings. And he stuck the glove out, and that quickly, it was in the pocket. One pitch out for Buchanan. And a nice job by Simpson keeping an eye on what he had there. Here's Griffin, who takes low, and to make the catch with the glove across his body there. Griffin, a nice night, 2 for 3. RBI, steal, run, walk. 1-0, and it misses down and in. Buchanan last pitched in Game 2 of Tuesday's doubleheader at Somerset, an inning and a third, an unearned run. Now the 2-0, and he missed a little low. He's 2-2 with a 3.54 ERA. This is game number 30 for him. Now the pitch, and it's way outside, a 4-pitch walk. So Griffin on base 4 out of 5 times tonight. Broadcast also brought to you by Image 360, Yingling's Ice Cream, Highmark, Isaacs, Sheets, Ace Distributing, and Stanball Plumbing and Heating. Here is Craig Maddox. Buchanan the pitch. It's a called strike off the outer edge.
Buck got the call, 0-1. Maddox 1 for 4 tonight. RBI single in the 7th. The 0-1, and that misses down low. Maddox, who he only DHs now, player coach for them, but earlier in his career played some first base, outfield, and caught. 32 years old. Was briefly in the Tigers and Braves systems. The 1-1, and it misses down and in, a slider. And he had some time in the Can-Am League in 08, and then again in 2010. And then really found a home with the Gary South Shore Railcats for 4 years in the American Association. Pitch is taken the other way, foul, a liner out of play. 2 years ago with Southern Maryland, he hit .266. Last year with New Britain, he hit .306 with 10 home runs. And Buchanan ready. And the 2-2. Fastball upstairs. He began his career, Maddox did, in the Tigers system in 07, non-drafted, but he had gone to Southeastern University in Lakeland, Florida, and that's where the Tigers complex is. He got noticed there, signed with them. Played in the Gulf Coast League. A payoff pitch. And a swing and a drive in right center field. Harris on the move, deep in the gap, and it's off the wall and in play. It hit the baseball on the PSECU sign, and here comes Griffin. Relay tipped by Nash, trying to cut it off on Casillas' relay in. He tips it wide of the plate. Looked like Griffin was going to score regardless. And it's an RBI double for Maddox to right center, as he hits it off the wall on the fly in the right center gap. A 7-2 New Britain lead here in the 9th inning. Oh, he's still got some pop. Here's Connor Bierfeld, who's 1 for 2, 2 walks and a run scored as well. First pitch, swing and a foul off the net. Buchanan from the belt. Fires and missed high with a slider. Well, would you look at that? Somerset has added some runs in Lancaster. They lead at 8-1 in the 8th inning on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. 1-1, fastball upstairs. They will have the post-game on-field sleepover here, and I hope the weather overnight cooperates. Although I guess if you have a tent, it is designed to withstand. Here's a swing and a foul back. Right up over the roof, 2-2. Rebs and Bees again tomorrow night and then Sunday afternoon. Fireworks tomorrow. Post game in the park. 2-2. And it just missed. Down and away. Cruz held it there. You can see him rolling his eyes right through the back of that helmet. And he turns and has a few things to say. A full count. Trying to help Buchanan. There's the stretch, check second, the payoff pitch, and it cut outside. And it is the second walk of the inning. A 2 on for McGuigan. Tomorrow night, wedding night presented by First Capital Federal Credit Union. And it's also the Revs celebration of International Youth Day. $5 youth tickets. Use the promo code REVSYouth when you order online at YorkRevolution.com. Here's McGuigan. Can in the pitch, and a fastball in there for a strike at 89. McGuigan 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. Revs have struck him out twice. 0-1, and a swing and a foul back, out of play. Houghton could use a double play here. 7-2 New Britain here in the 9th inning. On the stretch. The 0-2. Breaking ball lined to short. Dent's got it. Throws to second, and there's your double play. As Casilla cuts across from second to receive the throw just before Maddox could sprawl back in. A line drive double play. And the Revs will come to bat one final time tonight. An insurance run for New Britain on 1 hit and 1 left. Bottom of the 9th, it's the Bees 7, the Revs 2.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great BestJet products from your neighborhood SureSave markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. BestJet hot dogs go great with BestJet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple BestJet rising crust pizzas with 12 packs of BestJet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with BestJet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs down to their final 3 outs, need a huge 9th, trailing 7-2. Brandon League is on for New Britain. And the former closer for the Mariners back in 2011 faced Chase Simpson up first. First pitch fastball is over for a strike. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. He got a hold for them in the 8th inning last night, giving up an unearned run on Mitchell's double. 0-1 and a swing and a foul back. Simpson 1 for 3 tonight. He hammered a single off the arch nemesis in the second, but since that second inning, the Revs did not score. The only scoring has been insurance runs by New Britain in the 7th and the 9th, since they had an early 5-2 lead. Pitch is in the dirt inside, 1-2. Skelton tried to backhand it and knocked it away. League, who's got an ERA over 8 on the road. It's in the 2s at home. Overall, it has not been a dominant stat line for him, but he has started to throw the ball way better here of late. Now the 1-2. And a slider just missed high. Now, he was a big name, obviously, coming into the league, and if he doesn't happen to get picked up this year, for him, finishing strong is probably important for off-season opportunities. Here's the 2-2. And a line drive the other way, left center, and it's out of the reach of Bierfeld and up the gap. Simpson with his second hit of the night. And he'll trot into second with a leadoff double. He takes it the other way. And another hard shot. This one from the left side of the plate. A 2-for-4 night for Chase.
Yeah, really nice to see him get it going at the plate. And Simpson's a guy, a switch hitter, who has hit much better from the right side than the left side. But this time up, batting left, and waits back on it nicely, driving it the opposite way.
Now here's Ryan Dent. Dent 1 for 3 on the night. Revs with their 6th hit. Now league deals and missed up and in. Overall, league 0-2, a 5.52 ERA in 33 outings. Now a 1-0. And a line drive to center. Coming in is Krause. He's got it. Dent hits it on a line, but right at the center fielder coming in. So 2 hard hit balls here in the bottom of the 9th, but League has his first out. Travis Witherspoon up next. Mentioned League being the closer for Seattle in 2011. He had 37 saves, an all-star. Prior to League, David Aardsma had held that role in Seattle. At 74 major league saves. Here's Witherspoon. First pitch, a slider. It's a called strike. Witherspoon 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. League in the majors with Toronto, Seattle, and LA, the Dodgers. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a foul tip off the glove of Skelton. Another good slider from League, and that is his go-to pitch. And he also used to throw mid-90s with a heavy fastball sinking, a lot of ground balls. Maybe doesn't quite have that velo, but his stuff has come around. And now time had been called. He didn't see it and goes ahead and throws it. It was in the dirt. Skelton will rub the ball, but they will put a new one in play. Revs down 7-2 here in the 9th. League was a second-round pick of Toronto in 2001 out of high school in Honolulu. As McGuigan cuts over from second and League steps off. So it goes to show scouts will go all over, but who would turn down a trip to Hawaii to see a high schooler? It's the pitch. And a bouncing ball hits softly right side. Gonna be tough. McGuigan the toss. And just in time, Witherspoon ended up running into the back of Rosa slightly as he was set up to receive that throw. Simpson to third with 2 outs, and a slow bouncer. McGuigan toward the middle, had to hustle in a long way to get to it, and made a nice play. Had to quickly fire to first, and good job from Rosa to react and handle it. That's one that can handcuff you from close range if it's not right on your glove. 2 down, here's Alonzo. First pitch, a slider, bends outside. Harris 1 for 4 tonight, doubled in the 7th. His 40th extra base hit of the year. A 1-0, and that's down low. League was last in the majors with the Dodgers 3 years ago. did not pitch last year, coming back from injury. He deals, and it's down low, ball 3. Had limited time in the minors with the Dodgers 2 years ago when he wasn't quite healthy, and then recovering last year. 3-0, and it's in for a strike. Revs down to their final out. (3-1), and a swing and a loop, shallow right. Hinshaw is in, the new right fielder, and he runs it down. He came in to replace Jamar Walton and runs it down, a shallow bloop fly in right. And New Britain has taken the first 2 in this series. They win tonight by a final of 7-2. Now, the offense has struggled in these 2 games, and tonight an uncharacteristic beginning from Frank Gailey, and the Revs did not score after the first inning, and they trailed before they came to bat tonight and never erased it. So the Bees, who have been in last place but have managed to win all but 1 game in York, they win another one tonight. A 7-2 final, as the Revs will remain a game back in the division. 7-2 your final score. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you.